Over Easter, I was at home, and my mother, a few years ago, she went to an auction, you know, to buy some stuff that was up for sale, and it was actually a priest, an old parish priest. They were selling off his books. And so my mother was able to get, what was basically being sold off at the parochial house, and a lot of the books I've actually nabbed them. And I suppose over the Easter, I was reading this book called Three Winters Cold, and in the book it talks about the Irish Columban martyrs, the priests that died during the Korean War in which occurred in the 50s after the Second World War. Now, I grew up in the 80s in Ireland. I have heard nothing about these priests. And who are these priests? Well, there's Father Tony Collier, Father Jim Maginn, Father Paddy Reilly, Father Tommie Cusack, Father Jack O'Brien, and Father Frank Canavan. So I just thought, it'd be good. I just thought I'd start reading through this over the next couple of podcasts. The book is by Reverend Philip Crosby. He was an American priest, but he's talking about these Irish Columban missionaries. I don't know. I heard nothing about them. I suppose they weren't ever talked about when I was growing up in Athboy in the church. I didn't hear about them in Rome. And I've been looking on YouTube, and I haven't. There's very little on them. There's something on the Canavan website, and I do think it's good that these martyrs, these men, are remembered in the church. And for a reason, this book fell into my hands. For a reason, and this channel is to teach and help and preach the faith. And these men literally died for their faith. They gave their lives for this faith, and I do think it's time that we remember them. So this is kind of a call out. If people around Ireland have more photos, memorabilia, if you're an extended member of of their family, if you know the Columbians, can you please let me know? I'd love to interview some people on these 6 priests. If anyone is still alive that knew them, wouldn't it be amazing to interview them? I don't know if they would have died during the Korean War, and it's now nearly 70 years. So we'll see. Three Cold Winters by Reverend Philip Crosby. So it's an amazing book. It's a historical book. How difficult things were during the Korean War. I talk about the Death March, some of them, the priests that would have survived. And I do think it's important for historical reasons that we don't forget these men that gave their lives for the church, that became priests. The crisis in the priesthood today is because so many priests have lost a sense of sacrifice, and that doesn't inspire any man to give their lives to what has become of the priesthood in Ireland today. Sadly, that is simply the reality. And I think it's important now that we tell these stories. And I do think the Holy Spirit put this book into my hand for a reason. So, I'm just reaching out. Please share and like this video. Reach out to me. I'll put my email here if you have more details on these men. I do want to do, I would like to do a small episode or an interview on each of these priests. And I'm looking for photos and any videos that anybody has on them. That would be great. Ordination photos or videos, or if they were around at the time. But it's important that we don't forget these martyrs. Anyway, God bless. Take care. Bye bye.